quickly.
Yeah.
I think the Xayah would have been a great pickup. I think the Senna is just a little vulnerable. That being said, you can, if you're able to do it, you know when knocked him
lane, as is expected. And the top lane somehow still pretty even, actually. Chovy taking a good trade here onto Yukal.
I love how Chovy was so low, and there was such a health advantage from Yukal. Yukal willing him down, and then one trade, and it's evened out. But now, Chovy doesn't have cooldowns for a little longer. This was a great gank angle.
Yeah. Chovy now realizing the spot he's in. Not a lot of hope for him. That's first blood given over to Sponge. Nice wrap around there, and Chovy will be punished. Trying to crash that wave. Sometimes. They're just going to take this Drake here. Early Ocean. Definitely going to make some of these lanes easier. This is my angle here for Canyon, but like the grubs then.
Yeah.
So we have the confirmation. Ruler got all the plates solo.
Okay, so he has a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's 500 gold from plates.
But we don't have confirmation of how many the most targets Canyon has hit with his passive.
Yeah. Keen getting bullied up here on the top lane. I think he will go down. The knockup comes in, and it's a nice little dive here from Sponge to help out Rich even more in that top lane.
This is kind of the trade-off, right? Rich has managed to pick up a massive farm lead over Keen, and it's the trade-off where Ruler, he's very fed, but Rich is now getting very fed. Rich is going to get some plates alone in the top lane. Gen.G are going to take this tower on the bot side, and will get feats of strength if they are first here, which they should be, yeah.
Yep. Tristana and two people hitting it. Definitely going to outdo the Gnar. We do have a little bit of a setup here, but that's a Gragas who just runs away.
I think,
this Billy.
You know, the caveat I will say in this situation is normally like, okay, fed Gnar, fed Tristana, money on the Tristana. So the one thing I get excited about a lot of things. He is pretty excitable.
Especially if it's a green basket. Little engage here over the wall from Sponge. It's a lot of damage going into Kenny. It's being thrown around like a rag doll. And now the ult comes out, but he has to flash away. It's all disengaged here from the side of Chovy as now TP comes in from Keen. Re-engage angle looking for Yukal, but it's only Keen in the front line as now Gen.G trying to get away. Flash by Chovy over the wall. No kills, though, going the way of DRX. I feel like they should have been able to get something from that. At least they're going to win the fight and look to push with this Rift Herald.
Wait, that's a center in there. Okay, fine. Yeah, the probably was there for the coverage. A little bit of a scattered engage came out there from no further comment on that. DRX setting up for it. I'm not sure Gen.G really can do much to fight this. You can see Chovy pushing the side lane. He could TP in. I think they're just going to let it go.
Just take the turret and just let them have one. I think that's fine, but as you did mention, it is a bit of a pretty nice soul and individual Drakes for DRX, so they will very much enjoy each and every one of them. It's now Rich facing off against Keen, who he's very far ahead of, but still is going to be backed away on. Yukal did TP top, so no turret take here for Gen.G.
And I think DRX, honestly, in a pretty good spot. You know, they got the gold lead, able to pick up that dragon there. If Gen.G start... Oh.
Nice buffer.
Oh, the ult from Andal?
Oh, but Duro over the top, and now it's the counter engage as even Lazy Field gonna flash and just die. And Ruler gets the kill. It's worst case scenario. As Chovy also comes in here, showing his support with his ult. Not gonna end up doing much, but Gen.G, it's a nice kill to shore up some of that gold deficit they had.
Yeah, great play there from Duro to find Lazy Field just overstepping a little bit. Like somewhat disrespectful there and flash too late to respond. And Brendan,
20 minutes into the game.
That is not a good number.
It's not really acceptable.
Lazy Field is 70 CS down.
Sponge is here. I think Keen is about to get a really rough wake-up call as the ult goes the opposite way. Maybe he just knew he was dead anyway, hit the minions. As Andal, well, he's getting a lot of... Okay, that's the reset to Ruler. As a lot of shots win into the Gragas.
Ruler has a 2-level lead. Starting Atakan. Rich does have TP. Might have to use it here.
Sponge is miles away. He's so far away. Can he even get through Chovy to the objective on time? As over the top goes Duro. The TP is coming in. They're looking to turn onto Yukal. Galio comes in as well. Ruler did get stunned up against the wall, though. Not doing damage for a while. Has to jump away after getting pretty low. Nisadakan also getting very low, but Andal is as well. Big Gnar ultimate, and Poppy to knock them away. But the re-engage from Chovy talks more, but no follow-up comes through. But the Otacon still goes the way of Canyon. Not a good-looking fight here for Gen.G, though, as Ruler does go down, and they're going to clap Gwen as well. And Chovy is left all alone. and he will eventually be taken out, so should be a lot of levels given over to the side of Lazy Feel. At least DRX win the fight.
Yeah, DRX with a good fight there, able to punish Gen.
It's carry Poppy angle now. Sponge 4-0-3, 100% kill participation. And now Keen, rough spot. He's got Nocturne to help out though, and maybe they go a bit deep, but everybody seems to be here on the side of DRX. UCal gets low. Duro has to flash out of this one. Cask over the top. Not going to keep them around. So DRX try to force that fight, but doesn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, flash down on UCal here, so can be a little bit vulnerable. But it just feels like Gen.G, you know, banning a summoner is not necessarily enough because they end up losing that dragon. No real motivation for DRX to fight again for a while. If they find a pick on the UCal, great, but he seems to be surviving so long. Canyon so weak. You look at the items, doesn't even have a second item yet. Neither does Chovy. The threat of these two diving in just feels a little bit muted at the moment.
Yeah, this Hex Plate doesn't seem to be getting that much value.
DRX has to punish him. TP comes in, they are looking for this Gnaw. I think it's...
Sponge is nearby. Boomerang gonna hit. They can still try to commit to this, but pop away by Rich.
Oh, this
Chovy
is bad.
does start using that early, and now the turn is coming in. And look at this, we got Keen all alone as the knockaway comes through from Sponge, and Rich picks up another kill. Even throws out a little emote.
Sponge is just having such a good game right now on this Poppy.
He is feasting. The opposite of famining, and Duro is just going to be fine. He still has this all. A ton of damage still coming up for Ruler. They still have to be so careful of this one Tristana. The one person on Gen.G that exists in this game.
Yeah, it's basically just try and make plays when he's not there, and when he's there, give him a lot of respect. Keep distance, don't really aggress into him. Give him a lot of space. Right now, 60 CS lead between the 80 carries.
Trying to go on a UCal here. It's only Ondel nearby. And this is the dive comp. DRX getting caught in rotation. And that's another kill over to Ruler now.
Did they just go Baron?
Oh, there's some pain.
Solo Dragon out here. And I think Gen.G starting this would be a bit risky, but they look for a can't taunt flash anymore, Chovy.
They look for a what? Excuse me?
A fight.
Yes. I mean, Canyon's trying to run over.
He was looking for Teemos in the brush.
But Sponge is there. He can try to ult in. That's very close, but yeah, it's a little bit too late there for Canyon.
Chovy was looking for Teemo.
He's just going to go in, and he's got a Galio eventually, right? Okay, there we go. Canyon getting pretty low, though. It's a broken up fight, but now we got a taunt on this back line. Sonya's comes in. They are fine. And Ruler's just doing damage to the front line. Not so much just yet. As you see Keen getting some work done in that back line, but he's going to go down. As it was a very big overextension from Gen.G, and DRX are looking to punish. Duro looks like he is going to flash, but the follow through. Oh, nice taxi there onto the blue buff. I think he actually does get away, but now we got pings on the Baron, and DRX won it.
Looking real rough, you know. Yeah, they see Ruler moving over. Blue team's going to come through, and Chovy has TP.
And it's kind of difficult to zone away Ruler, but Ruler also can't just face check into 5 people. No vision on the Baron just yet, but they're trying to get it for him as a ward comes down. Rich gonna actually zone him away. And now he's gonna ult over the top though, and it goes over to Sponge. They do secure it, but what about the fight? We got a big taunt in the pit, and Chovy just keeps them all around. Sponge in a lot of trouble. The Ruler, he jumps into the wall. Not gonna get anything there. Keen does get the bounty, by the way, on Lazy Feel. And now we got Sponge. Everything is missing here for Keen, but the important part is that he keeps him around. He missed every single needle! Every one! And that means that Chovy has to flash. He does get 1,000 gold for it, though.
He was just donating the gold to Chovy.
Good call, I think.
Keen, you know, sometimes you have a situation where you're put behind in the game, you're down in gold, but you're still hitting your skills. Not so much for Keen. A little bit of a rough one there, but the team comes to the Dragon fight, Ruler wasn't able to do anything. This fight, Rich wasn't able to. These are the two most fed members on both teams. And it feels like we just saw back-to-back teams unable to facilitate them.
Yeah. I mean, you understand Rich's point of view. He did get the stun on the Nocturne, but it's still Nocturne. He's still able to ult in the pit. You're not going to get that out. As now we got a Nocturne ult trying to save Chovy. It's not going to do anything.
Okay, big pick. Able to find that kill, denying some of this Baron pressure. I mean, sorry, it's them with the Baron. I saw the Baron power plate, minus 2,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a lot. That's a big minus. They do still have the Baron on Rich, though, so hopefully they can pick a bit of that up. And now can use, with Chovy down, they can use some of their Baron pressure to get this down.
We got there eventually.
In the end.
It does make sense. You know, Chovy, he's got a death cap. He's relatively fed himself. Not as much as Ruler, obviously, but the two of them, Keen and Ruler, are able to come forward. That's a big cast, but it's only going to get Alistar, who just ults away. They're using everything onto the ulted Alistar, literally everything, including the Senna ult. And now, they're just holding the helicopter and trying to back away. And they're the ones with the Baron trying to put on pressure, but that's going to end their
significant stacks here. But 106 at 33 minutes doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah.
We are looking at Chemtech Soul potentially in 30 if DRX can secure it.
Will engage here, but that is a Poppy waiting for his opportunity, as now we have the dive coming in, and Yukal in a lot of trouble. He's taking damage, goes golden, but Canyon is in the back line, Keen's in the back line, and they're just chipping away at these front lines. Canyon is going to be taken out finally, but look at the health bars of DRX. Ruler only finally gets here, and now the real damage will be coming through as Sponge, incredibly tanky, but he's looking for Lazyfield. He's getting the jump offs. As the explosion should go off and kill Rich. There it is, and he takes down Hondo. And that is exactly the fight that Gen.G were looking for.
Quadra kill, no Penta. I know Ruler's going to complain about that one. Looked a little bit precarious, that fight, engaging before Ruler was even there. You know, your Fed carry, but it's just on it. He arrives, he cleans up, the health bars are low, the setup was done. And I think Canyon and Chovy in particular got a huge amount of value there, getting on the lazy field. And it feels like that might be the point where really DRX start to question whether they're still in this game in favor of Gen.G. But these little things building up. And we're sort of getting to the point where Keen is relevant. You know, wow. Oh my.
Are they just going in on the Sponge? I mean, he is going to ult him away, and now Canyon has to just back out. Sponge is very low now.
Yeah, that's a signal to stop Baron if I've ever seen them. Hopefully going to look for some honey food to grab on the way. But he needs to be here, and he does not have the health to do so.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing the Wolves, just trying to get some, yeah, it's just gone. I mean, look at the damage, it's insane! From the Gwen and the Tristana. It's enough, and they get Baron for free. They just needed a couple of ults, as now the engage comes in on a Canyon, but that's not necessarily the target you want. The follow-up for Duro is huge! And now you just have the Galio over the top. This is how this composition functions as we get the resets coming through for Ruler. And Lazyfield, he's all alone. That's a triple, looking for the Penta. We have these, it seems like, every day now. But I don't think he's going to be able to get it unless we have Rich giving it over, which we know he won't. It's only a triple, but it's looking good still for Gen.G.
Looks like they're going to be able to close this one out. Only Sponge and Rich to defend. This is their chances to make it a Legend group, to make it to the road to MSI. Fading away. We're trying to defend the base. Not many minions.
Canyon's like, do I ult here? It's like, never mind. That's going to be the end of those two players, and Gen.G will just end the game right here. A good try by DRX. You have to hand it to them. They had a lead for a lot of that game.